Jungle warfare a green hell. The air hung heavy, thick with humidity and the stench of decay. The jungle pressed in, a suffocating green maze. This was Kohima in 1944, a brutal struggle for survival. The Japanese army, masters of jungle warfare, stood between the Allied forces and liberation. They were dug in, determined and deadly. It was a series of brutal engagements, each a desperate fight for survival. In this unforgiving crucible, heroes were forged and legends were born. The forgotten stand at Garrison Hill, tenacity against odds, Garrison Hill. Even the name sounded ominous. It was a strategic high point overlooking the vital road that snaked through the mountainous terrain. For the outnumbered British and Indian defenders, it was a vital position, a line in the sand that could not be crossed. The Japanese knew it too. Their attacks came in waves, relentless and ferocious. The defenders were outnumbered, outgunned and running low on supplies, but they had one thing the Japanese didn't expect: sheer bloody-mindedness. They fought with everything they had, rifles, grenades, even their bare hands. They knew the importance of their mission, knew that the fate of India rested on their shoulders. The fighting was hand-to-hand, savage and brutal. Men fell on both sides, the ground littered with bodies. But still the defenders held on, their courage fueled by desperation and a refusal to yield. The stand at Garrison Hill became a symbol of Allied tenacity, a testament to the fighting spirit of the men who fought and died there. The battle for tennis court, a clash of wills. Imagine this, a tennis court, its pristine grass now churned and scarred by explosions. The net, once a symbol of leisure, now a tangled mess of wire and shrapnel. This was the unlikely battleground for one of the most fiercely contested engagements of the entire Kohima campaign. The Japanese had captured the tennis court, a seemingly insignificant objective. But for the British, it was a matter of pride, a symbol of their lost dominance. The order came down: retake the tennis court. What followed was a brutal back and forth, a clash of wills fought amidst the ruins of a once peaceful pastime. The fighting raged for days, each side throwing everything they had into the fray. The tennis court changed hands multiple times, each yard gain paid for in blood. In the end, it was the British who emerged victorious, but at a terrible cost. The battle for tennis court became a microcosm of the entire Kohima campaign, a brutal, attritional struggle for every inch of ground. Section 4, Echoes of Kohima, the Ripple Effect. The Battle of Kohima, with all its forgotten skirmishes and acts of incredible bravery, had a profound impact on the course of World War II. The Japanese advance was halted, their plans for an invasion of India shattered against the stubborn resistance of the Allied forces. But the impact of Kohima extended far beyond the battlefield. It marked a turning point in the war in Asia, shattering the myth of Japanese invincibility. The victory at Kohima, hard-won and fiercely contested, sent a message to the world: the Allies could and would prevail, no matter the odds. The echoes of Kohima resonated even after the guns fell silent. It led to a renewed sense of purpose in the Allied ranks, a realization that the tide was turning. The sacrifices made in those jungles, the bravery displayed on those forgotten battlefields, helped pave the way for the eventual liberation of Southeast Asia. Section 5. The price of victory: scars on the land. Victory, even in the most just of wars, always comes at a price. The Battle of Kohima was no exception. The jungle, once a scene of such beauty and tranquility, was scarred by conflict. The land pockmarked with shell craters and trenches. The human cost was even higher. Thousands lay dead on both sides, their dreams and aspirations buried beneath the soil of a foreign land. The survivors, forever marked by the horrors they had witnessed, returned home changed men. Even today, decades later, the scars of Kohima remain. The jungle has reclaimed much of the battlefield, but remnants of the conflict can still be found. Rusted weapons, spent shell casings, the ghosts of battles fought long ago. These serve as a stark reminder of the human cost of war, a sobering testament to the sacrifices made in the name of freedom. Section 6. A hidden legacy, whispers in the wind. Years after the war, a British veteran returned to Kohima. He had fought in the battles, witnessed the horrors, and felt the sting of loss. Haunted by memories, he wandered through the jungle, the ghosts of his comrades whispering on the wind. He found a small, leather-bound diary, It belonged to a Japanese soldier, filled with his thoughts. The words spoke of courage, duty, and love for family. He realized they were all fighting for the same thing. Like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel.